about that?
On paper, it's exciting. I don't know if you'll be able to, how much of the percentage of the season you would be able to play with those guys all on the same team, just being their age and the wear down on their bodies. It's exciting if you ponder on it, but when it comes down to this league and it comes down to winning, I don't know if it's enough right away for me to just say, okay, yeah, contenders. Yeah, if they can work their way to getting to the playoffs, I know that they'll be able to navigate as a unit. But it's tough, especially in the West. It's tough to do that. You have to stay healthy. You have to have fresh legs. You have to have young guys, but you have to have young guys that are capable. I don't know if putting that roster together makes the rest of the guys you have to sign, the capable guys that you're going to need to carry out a season, because you're not going to have all four of those guys healthy. Historically, it hasn't happened, and at the end of their career, it's definitely not going to happen. So that was my initial thought. Why wouldn't they go for healthy, especially when you start considering AD and a Steph Curry at the end there. But again, I'm still a basketball fan. If all four are healthy and in the playoffs, it's going to be some of the best basketball you get to see if you got Steph Curry and LeBron James able to navigate through the playoffs together. It's just how much will they be healthy?
Iman, here's my thing now. When we talk about LeBron James, of course, one would imagine he wants to win. He ain't playing to lose. We get that part, right?
Exactly.
But he is a four-time champion. He is a four-time league MVP. He's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball, and I have him as number 2 all-time in the history of basketball. That's where I have him. I don't know if you know that. That's hate. That's an insult in the world of Rich Paul and LeBron and everybody. It's actually hating on them to have them number 2 all-time in the history of the game. But that's neither here nor there, right? I guess what I'm saying to you is this. The word happiness does come into play. And the way I look at it, I can't imagine a player with LeBron's resume, of LeBron's caliber, that would find a situation any happier than the opportunity to play with Steph Curry. Am I wrong?
Not at all. I think that their time, playing in the Olympics together, I think it serviced that thought that you're having of saying nothing can make you happier. But I think that both of them are students of the game enough to understand that them playing together is one thing. Them putting a team together around them that's capable to keep those frustrations out of that locker room is even more important. So I do think that they could join forces, they could do that, but they wouldn't do it unless they were able to get a team around them that they felt was capable of carrying that torch. It's hard to say. I want to say that he is happier playing with Steph Curry, but nothing makes grown men happier than winning. I told you, the only reason I play basketball is because I saw the Chicago Bulls laying on the floor, and I tried to figure out with my dad, why is a bunch of grown-ass men laying on the floor crying? What could be that special? Winning does that. So, though he wants to play with Steph, I can't imagine LeBron turning his eyes if he felt like in another situation he could win.
Stay right there, Iman Shumpert, and tell us what it is like to win. When you have traveled that road and you capture a championship, put into perspective what specifically what is going through you that would make you lay on the court as you described. You see grown men crying after they win a championship. Put into words for those that have never done it, that don't understand what it is, that don't know what winning is all about. What happens when you win, when you reach that culminating point and you close the deal?
Throughout throughout your journey through the playoffs, really navigating through the whole season, we don't talk about the other side of the coin. We say the word sacrifice and people don't all the way understand what it means. A lot of the sacrifice happens before we even make it to the court. We miss birthdays, we miss holidays. On holidays, we're the entertainment. You know, you miss your best friends, I don't know, graduation, you miss this, you miss that. You're not there for your kids' events. You're missing all these things, all to, you know, really be number one at the end of the day. And year after year, it could not happen. We've had a different champion now the last 8 years. It's just, it doesn't happen all the time where you just go and capture that feeling over and over. So when you finally do win, I think the rush that comes to your mind and the thought that comes to your head is all the time that you sacrifice, all the things that you thought you wanted, all the things you thought you wanted to do, all the things you said no to, all the things you said yes to. You think of the accumulation of all those things and you weigh it up and you say, does the championship mean more? Or did all of these things? And I think just being able to take those two things and put them on that weight and that scale, and to have winning even have this type of conversation where you say, man, should I have missed my friend's trip that I haven't seen him in 10 years, or should I have sacrificed that to win this championship? I don't think anything ever kind of beats the championship. And that's why you see grown men cry. Anytime somebody says, I can't go to my kid's thing because I have to work, whatever you're working for is worth it. And when you finally get it, and boy, is it a pretty gold ball, Steve. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, it's that gold ball when you get next to it. It's that of like when you see your favorite person, your idol, you get those chills, or you get that feeling like, oh, there they are, and you stop moving. When you see that gold ball, you'll stop moving. When you finally get to hold it and you know you deserve it, it'll make you cry.
But as fans, we see two sides of that. We see what you just described that compels a champion to keep chasing that feeling again and again and again. And then we've seen others that were satisfied because I did it. Now y'all can't tell me anything. I did it, you see? And so my point is, when, you know, is it contingent on the individual, or universally does it just get to a point where you recognize it was your time even while you're still playing, but now it's somebody else's time?
I don't know. I've never been in position where multiple times I've wanted to have that feeling or have those thoughts. After winning it, there was nothing that drove me more, team to team, that I did after that. It was to help provide that championship mindset, to improve that locker room. Whatever I did was always steps toward winning, because that's an addicting feeling for me. I would think that it goes with the individual, especially now that you spoke on it like that. I definitely think individual to individual, it would change, just because everybody's upbringing is different. Everybody's reason for playing is different. Some people play in survival to make money because that's what their family was facing. Some people champion winning. Some people champion playing the right way and never selling their soul, so to speak. Everybody's got their thing of why they're here, and that could vary a little bit. But I do know that, especially when going toward that championship, even if it's not number one on your priority list, when you play all year long and those teammates become your brothers, you start understanding that you'll do anything for them so that we all can achieve that one goal, just because it does become that special when you move as a unit.
I asked you that question, Shumpert, because I was getting to Cleveland. See,